I had to get on TikTok because this is where it all happened. She dead ass wrong. She is dead ass wrong. She did this for clout, and she was just being greedy and money hungry when it came to this situation. She did this for clout. You want to know why? Risa Tisa gave great details in her story to the point where if you bumped into this man without knowing his name and without knowing what he looked like, you would know it was him. How would you know that? Well, how did you know that it was him when it came to his Facebook page? Common sense. People do not have common sense. And why would you out an abuser? Why would you out an abuser without the victim's consent? Why would you do that? Because you're selfish and you were only thinking of yourself and you did not care about this woman's life at all. You had enough details from this woman's story to know who this man was if you bumped into him off the street. She gave enough and you was clout chasing and just being selfish.
Hey, it's me, the girl who went viral for sharing and exposing Risa Tisa's ex, Legion. Short and sweet and quick. I made a video February 14th when Risa first uploaded it. I think she was up to part 10 at this point. I had just seen it. It was barely viral. And I was like, go check out this lady's video. I didn't know that that video was going to go viral, but it did. In response to that video going viral, I had women reaching out to me. Men in my comments saying, this is his name. This is him. I want to confirm it to me. These other women were also DMing me saying, I want to send you screenshots. How do I send them? I gave them my Instagram. They sent them out. They also sent things out to my email so they could remain anonymous. They also sent me more TikToks, as well as commenting on my page. I go out and post this video until I went on Facebook, searched it, went down a rabbit hole on his page, confirmed that it was him. Now, although the women had information to confirm it, I wanted to make sure because I thought I don't want to post something and it's not him. Once it was confirmed that it was him, I made a video about it. That video exposed him, but I was asked by other women. I was asked to, so I did. Now, people are upset because they feel like it was Risa's story and I should have asked her permission. I didn't think about that. In hindsight, I could have done that, but after being sought out by people that have also been victimized by him, people who know him, I've even had men reach out to me. I exposed him. They wanted him exposed. I exposed him. So you can keep DMing me. You keep yelling at me, screaming at me, cursing me out, talking about my dead son, telling me I'm going to meet him. That's okay.
Okay, so typically I mind my business and stay out of viral stuff, but this one hits a little bit different. Coming from somebody who dealt with abuse at an extremely young age, and extreme abuse, I mean extreme. I'm lucky that I walked away with my life type of abuse. This is coming from somebody who's a domestic violence advocate, and I advocate loud and proud. Whatever that's needed for me to do, I do. Whatever resources they need, I offer. No ifs, ands, or buts. But I'd be damned if I expose any of their abuser, because that's trauma. You see, I don't know what kind of advocate or who you work with that's in domestic violence, but they need to get you up out of there and get you up out of there fast, because you are a danger. You are a dangerous person. A dangerous person. There's no way in hell you work with domestic violence victims and you don't know, you don't expose the abuser. You see, some stuff can't be taught. And class is one thing you can't teach everybody, like yourself. You see, I seen something where she begged you. She begged you, said, please give me 24 hours. She needed time. She needed to get all her ducks in a row to figure things out. And you still expose her abuser. But I also noticed you didn't expose your abuser. And then your reasoning for exposing her abuser so everybody can know who this man is. Why can't we all know who your abuser is? Why are you hiding your abuser like an Easter egg during an Easter egg hunt? Something is really, really wrong with you, and something has to be wrong with you mentally. I don't care how many followers agree with you. I don't care. I've seen the front line from women getting abused. I seen how one day a woman's skin was clear as day, and the next day I couldn't even recognize who she is. I seen domestic violence up close. I seen women who lost their life because of a man that they think they love. What you did was wrong on so many levels. So many levels. There's no way in hell you're advocating for anybody. You're advocating for yourself. and you thought social media was going to side with you. You know why you woke up? You woke up because you seen the outrage against you.
The woman that exposed Risa Tissa's ex-husband is selfish and self-centered because
like, apparently it's even worse. She's also a massive hypocrite. Dani apparently has her own abuser that she has never outed at all. But for some reason, she thought it's her place to out someone else's abuser without considering their safety and consent. Just let that sink in. She's so anti-abuser and talking about she only did it because she wants to keep other women safe. But she has never said a single word about her own abusive ex. But she thinks it's her place to out someone else's abusive ex without their consent. And now she's on her TikTok doubling down and pretending she's not bothered by everyone's criticism or critiques. Just a clout-chasing, nasty piece of work, if you ask me.
So help me understand. Risa Tissa does a 50-part series accounting a detailed account of a 2-year relationship which resulted in marriage and then divorce. And that wasn't enough. You needed to go and find the players in the game when the whole point of the series was to trust your gut and trust your intuition. It wasn't about exposing the players. It was about exposing the game. And you found him, and what did he do? She's a liar. She's not telling the truth. What did you think he was going to say? He's going to hold on to that lie like a snake holds onto a rat. The audacity and the entitlement of people online is crazy to me. She was in a relationship with a psychopath. She went through great lengths not to expose his name. Did you think that maybe that was to protect herself? Did you think that maybe that was to protect her safety? Or did you not think about that at all?
a lot of y'all upset about the fact that I exposed Legion, and that's okay. The creator herself, Risa Tissa, is still continuing to tell her story. And she said it's not ideal, but she does understand. And it's okay. She's still telling her story. Those of you who have decided to insult me and be rude and misunderstand me on purpose, name call, say I'm clout chasing and clickbaiting, you're being blocked as we speak. I'm working on it. For those of you who want to know how I found this out, I will also tell you that. Now, a lot of people found this out before me, and they're afraid to say something because bullies like you guys get on here and rip them to shreds. So the way that I found out is a few of my followers, actually more than a few of my followers, were commenting his name. Other followers were DMing me, okay, and saying, I wish I could send you all the information I found. I don't want to expose it, but I do want it exposed. Because they didn't want the backlash. This man is an evil person ruining the lives of women, and there are women who know about it and they are afraid to say something because of how you guys are responding and reacting to that. Shame on you. Now, this is called TikTok. I have exposed myself and told my story, talked about how my son died, and people who have questions, thoughts, and opinions about it or do stitches to it, I knew that before I posted it because I posted it to a public platform. So with that being said, I am only discussing the things that she posted on her story. Nothing more, nothing less. Going back to the original point, I went and double checked the information that people were already sending me because it needed to be exposed, but they were afraid to expose it because of how y'all attacking me. They didn't want to be attacked. Several, by the way, several. And several of them have said to me, you can post it, just don't post me. Just don't say my name. Because they don't want to deal with you guys. Imagine that. Imagine trying to do the right thing, but you're afraid because how people going to talk about you. But that's okay. Because I'm blocking y'all as we speak. I know what my intentions are, and I know that some people just intend on being upset and want to argue on this app all the time. I'm not going to do it. I made comments and said, listen, I'm going to post a follow-up video and explain what my intention was. Y'all still mad. So y'all just going to have to be mad. Just like you want autonomy on your ability to comment on my post about a situation, but tell me that I can't say anything is what? For the women who are DMing me and sending me this stuff, I appreciate it. I'm sorry that you see what I'm going through and it's making you nervous about not wanting to speak up, but I still suggest that you say something if it's in your heart to do it. If it's not, fuck them, fuck those people, fuck the comments. I don't care. Moving forward, She's still posting story time. Go over there. She's an amazing, beautiful woman, empowered. I don't even know her, and I feel so proud of her and her ability to stand up to this giant of a man and say something about it. And I don't know if y'all really been watching her stories, because on part, I think like between 30 and 40, she said she bent down to him, like looked him in the eye and said, "Get your ass out of my house or I will beat you like the bitch that you are." So Miss Risa got some gall about her, and I feel like, forgive me for talking fast, but I'm a little upset. The only reason I exposed him is because women are afraid. Y'all have to think about all the women in my comments who are saying this is dangerous, this is dangerous. No, what he did and getting away with it again is dangerous, not exposing him. Me as somebody who has experienced this too, we need to stop letting them get away with this. We need to stop moving forward. He needs to be brought to the light. He needs to be exposed. This cannot keep happening based on the fact that we won't say anything. That's why I like this story. It is not for clout. If you know my page, if you look at my story, I use my own experiences from my son dying to help people get through things. And I like that she's showing her story. I don't want clout. It actually empowered me too. Say something. Stop letting him get away with it. It's more dangerous to be quiet than it is to say something. I promise. I promise. Stop daring and exposing Risa Tisa's ex, Legion. Short and sweet and quick. I made a video February 14th when Risa first uploaded it. I think she was up to part 10 at this point. I had just seen it. It was barely viral, and I was like, go check out this lady's video. I didn't know that video was going to go viral, but it did.
Y'all be so quick and thirsty to clout chase just for you to look silly and foolish at the end. Risa Tisa already told everybody she did not want to expose the man's name, business, or anything because it could be a threat to her and her family. And you still decided to go out of your way and look up this man's information and who he is and put it on TikTok. The fact that you are backpedaling right now and acting like you didn't do nothing wrong is a big issue for me and the rest of the people that are watching. You know that it's not okay to do stuff like that. If someone says something to you and tell you, hey, listen, do not expose this person that I'm talking about because they could potentially physically, mentally, or verbally harm me, why would you still go out of your way to expose that person? Or like, it just makes no sense. It's really annoying when people act like they don't do nothing wrong when really they did do something wrong and everybody knows it. Now everybody's coming at your head, and whose fault is that? It's not Risa Tisa's fault. It's your own fault because you want to stick your head into her business and be a detective and find out who the man was. Guess what? Now you're gonna catch the stray.
I'm a tattletale and I believe in people making their wrongs right, and this one is refusing to make her wrongs right regarding these two videos. So let me give you some information real quick. First things first, let's stop talking about how we want her to take these videos down and get them taken down. We have the power. Enough of us disagree with this choice she has made that we can just report this, and they can be gone and she won't make no money off of it. Let's talk about that money that she's making off of it though. Everybody knows the new creativity program has certain requirements you have to be able to get money off of the views. Most likely she's getting more money off of this video. I would guess somewhere between $300 and $500 to $600 off of that. This one, she's probably getting like 100 and some change off of that. This video though is not of his face, but it is regarding the situation. It's her making a bunch of excuses. She's going to make a good buck off of this. We're talking probably $500 to $800 off of that. Maybe we should report that too. I don't know. I just personally don't feel she should be profiting off of this situation. And while a lot of us are going to be profiting off of this situation because it is a hot topic, it's low-hanging fruit right now to be talking about Risa Tisa and who the fuck did she marry on TikTok. But this is too far. There is a line and you have crossed it. And I do feel that since we have the power to fix that, let's just do it. Let's stop talking about it. He's tagged in this video, so let's get to it. Also, we should be reporting any other videos you see of Legion. Don't engage with them. Don't comment on them. Just report them. We don't need to see that man. We don't need him trying to warp Risa's story. We not listening to him. Also, let's not give this man a platform, because I see it coming now. He's already looking, scouting who he's going to go on, whose live he's going to go on and talk and tell his side. We don't need to give this man a platform. If anybody decides to give him a platform, let's do the same thing. Report, delete, get them up out of here. Reese's intentions of the story were supposed to be positive. It was supposed to be to warn other women of the situation. It wasn't supposed to be to put her in maybe possible potential danger.
Legion's big bald-headed ass really came on the internet saying that everything was a motherfucking lie, that she's lying to us. Oh, hell no. Second of all, I do not agree with the girl that exposed Miss Risa Tisa. That shit is dangerous as fuck. Legion's big bald back ass is a fucking pathological liar, a sociopath, and he needs to have studies done on his ass, because we don't even know, he could be low-key a murderer, and y'all putting her fucking life at risk. Like, she literally gave us every single details and explained everything perfectly, and that bitch was not satisfied with it, and she had to expose that motherfucker. Like, and for what? And for what? I watched all 52 parts. That was enough. I was satisfied. I did not need to see what he looked like. And then y'all made this motherfucker come from the motherfucking dark, all right, to the internet after like 4 years to make a motherfucking appearance. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are wild. We're gonna have to hire security for Miss Risa Tisa, because this shit, like, I'm being serious. I hope she's safe, because this can go to a different fucking level of fucking crazy. He can go to a different level of petty if he really wanted to. But we're not gonna speak that into existence, because that's the last thing we want happening. Like, fuck that.
Yeah, I have piping hot tea that I could have spilled on the internet years ago. That I could have been like, y'all would never believe this, and y'all would have been deep down in my story like Risa Tessa. But the only reason why I haven't told my story is because, like Risa Tessa, y'all gonna put me in some bull. And when I mean y'all gonna put me in some bull, y'all will find all my information out and then release it to the masses. Like, I'm not fake, because I would be terrorized. I would have to leave. Like, I don't think you guys understand. Like, y'all are putting people's lives at danger, and y'all are like, oh, but it's not really my fault. But it's not really my fault. No, babes. This man created so many things. As hard as he went for that, as hard as he went to do all these things, you think he won't? Good sis? Because she put his information out there, and she didn't do that. Somebody else did. I don't think y'all understand. People really are crazy. And just like Risa Tessa's story, she didn't tell this man's information, maybe to protect herself. And that's the problem. The problem is, when y'all start y'all story times on here, there's a possibility of you being put in danger because somebody goes and actively tries to find out information. And all jokes aside, like, y'all are really sick. Because why would you put another woman in danger just to find some information out? That's not even your information to provide. It's giving crazy. Y'all are insane. And everyone's eating her up in the comments, that girl. And I do agree with y'all, because, like, what? We'll do something else with your life. I understand Risa Tessa blew up, but to find that man for clout is friggin' crazy. Then to post him and everyone's like, take him down. And she won't take him down. And she's talking about, I regret some of my life situation. Girl, I don't care what you regret. Risa Tessa, you don't know that lady's life. You don't know if that man will unalive her. You don't know nothing about this situation. And you think just because you see somebody Insta, TikTok, y'all know these people. Okay. Like I said, I hope to God, if I ever become famous on any platform, y'all don't find my information out, because I'm going to work hard. I'm going to work hard for it not to be found out, because y'all scare me. Y'all really do scare me.